Hey guys, JMat37X here bringing you another Cookie Clicker update video. This is on full release, version 2.029. This was the same, or it's the same update at least that I did the previous two videos on, beta, I think 0.26 and 0.27. I believe when this update first launched it was 0.28. As far as I could tell, at least from the info tab here, it seems like this was basically just like a micro patch. I'm not actually sure exactly what was changed between those two like mini versions, but there are a few things actually that were changed from the previous beta to now. So I'm gonna be basically covering everything. If you want, we'll be going into more detail on the stock market, or will have already done that in the previous two videos. But I will at least try and summarize kind of everything I know about it and some of the other things that were added. Of course, the main thing is the stock market minigame. Level 1 banks or above. As usual with the minigames, you gotta have them leveled up. Of course, I have everything level 10, so it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and take a quick look here. This is... The interface here has gone through a few reworks. You'll notice mostly the only thing that's changed from the previous beta is the background is a bit nicer. I do like this this new nice green background. And there's now a dark mode, although I don't like that it's not red and green anymore, honestly. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And also the red is... I know it's like inverted. Well, it's actually not... It's not really inverted either, is it? Yeah, so the blue is bad and the yellow is good in the dark mode. It's a little bit weird. I'm not a big fan of the color palette, but, you know, still, it's a bit nicer on the eyes at least. Anyway, so you'll also, anyone who watched the betas know this is obviously an older save. I like to use the old saves just because it makes it a bit easier to compare exactly what is new. But we're gonna get to all that stuff later. I want to get the stock market kind of out of the way, at least as far as my understanding. In general, it's not a terribly complicated minigame, I don't think. I mean, like the info tab here, whereas it says, buy low, sell high. That's really the long and short of it. It's a bit of a micro minigame, so, you know, you kind of want to get the most out of it, you need to be checking pretty frequently. There's some achievements associated with it, which I will get to a bit later. So you got all your different products here, you know, everything, all the fixins that you could possibly need to create some high quality cookies, including of course competitor cookies. Each one has, you know, a fluctuating value as they go up. Generally, as you can see, the general value of them increases, but of course they can still, like the white chocolate is very low here. This is an instance where you would probably want to buy this. You can buy and sell in a bunch of different increments. There's a few ways you can kind of improve things in general. So first, let's look at the stockbrokers here. This is determined based on, where is it? Maximum number you can own is the highest amount of grandmas you've owned divided by 10 plus your grandma level. So you can see grandmas I've owned 810 divided by 10, that's 81, and my grandmas are level 10, so that's where the 91 comes from. Basically, the brokers will allow you to pay less for the stocks. I mean, that's kind of the long and short of it. So if I start buying these, you'll notice that well, actually, it only notices this one. So if I were to buy one salt here, it would spend about 9 quattro-decillion cookies. If I buy a stockbroker here, now it's 8.958. So it's not a lot less. And actually, as you go, you can see the current overhead is currently 17.15%. So basically, you can get this down. I'm just gonna buy a lot here. You can get this down to basically 0 very quickly. You see, it does have diminishing return. I mean, the cost is kind of negligible to how many cookies I have. You can see we can pretty much get this down to 0. I mean, not exactly, but basically like 1/5 of a percent overhead. That's pretty okay. Obviously, if you weren't as far in the game as I would, you know, you wouldn't be able to get it down quite that low, but you kind of see the idea. Now, this costs significantly less as it did earlier, down to 7.7, and this is just for one, so you imagine the cost decrease scales quite nicely. The other main aspect that you can, the other main way you can influence it is by upgrading your, what is this called? The office, I guess. So this will, the cost, I think it always requires cursors. It'll require a different amount of cursors, and it requires cursors to be at a certain level. So for the first upgrade, you get plus 25%. The warehouse, by the way, for any given item, does it say how it's determined? You may increase your storage space by upgrading offices and by buying more farms, and you get 10 extra storage per farm level. So basically, for each of these ingredients, I guess, is the warehouse is determined by a certain building it's attached to. You know, farms for the cereals, chocolate for the mines. Some of them make sense, some of them maybe not so much. But they're all attached to something. You buy more of that building, or you level it up and you get more capacity. And additionally, the average worth of the stock is determined by, what is it? Depends on the building it is tied to. Oh, heck. Yeah, I'm not sure what it means. I don't know if it means level or, again, amount for that. But also, just by upgrading your banks. So this level, no, sorry, where is it? Down here. Your bank level, that's also going to help you out. So there's a lot of kind of small things that are influencing this. But basically, so upgrading the warehouse space is just, it improves how many of each one you can hold at a time. Which is, you know, if you use it wisely, it means you can get more profits from it. So let's go ahead and upgrade this once. Next up, you get a loan slot. We'll get to those in, well, right now, actually. So the loans, basically, it does exactly as it describes. You get a CPS boost, but then after that you get a CPS decrease, and there's also a down payment. These typically do not pay. They don't pay for themselves, basically, as far as I can tell. I think you would really only want to use these with combos. You can stack. There are multiple loans, of course, and you can stack the loans. So you would probably want to do that with stuff like, you know, using some of the grimoire spells, or, you know, golden cookie combos, stuff like that. Stuff that I don't tend to use too much. I mostly play idle just because that's just mostly what I have time for. But, you know, it adds another layer of ways that you can kind of use mini games to help each other. So the next level, 8 cursors. This one costs 500. So that one just gave warehouse space. This one gives another 100 and another loan. Of course, we gotta refill our cursor supply here. Probably shouldn't have bought that many, actually, but that's fine. So we get that. The next one requires level 12 cursors, which I actually don't have at the moment, so we'll go ahead and do that. This gives the third and final loan. Oh, here, let's go look at the second one. The second loan is 100% CPS boost for 40 seconds. This screams combo. Because, I mean, after that, for 40 minutes, you get minus 90%. So you're really going to be paying for that loan. But I imagine the combo potential on that is quite nice. So let's go ahead and, I believe this is the last one. Yeah. Palace agreed. You get the third loan, and you get I think it was a 50% increase to warehouses. So that's huge. As you can see, from not upgrading this at all to maxed, I like, what was that, like a 80% increase or something in storage capacity overall. This one's a gradual 20% for 2 days. This one strikes me as less useful. Just I feel like the burst potential from this for, you know, going with combos would be the most effective. But you can stack, so you can use them all like this, and you get a huge CPS boost. But of course, this is going to quickly run out. So that's kind of the long and short of the stock market minigame. I talked more about it in the previous couple videos, but that's really kind of what it boils down to. Like I said, there's some upgrades associated with it, which I'll get to in a little bit. Let me just go ahead and make sure. Let me look through some more of the info to make sure that. Added 2 heavenly upgrades. I'll be showing those near the end, actually, because, you know, I have to ascend to actually do that. New tier of building upgrades and achievements, as you can see here. What's this? The Alabastrium upgrades, as well as a couple Iridium I believe there's a new kitten. Actually, I don't think there is a new kitten, is there? Yeah, I'm not sure. Reindeer clicks, some smaller stuff as well. Among the new upgrades, there's an absolute ton of new cookie upgrades. So, I didn't do the breakdown, but from the previous live version to now, there were 36 new upgrades and 35 new achievements, I believe. I think at least like in the range of 10 or 15 of those upgrades are new cookies. This particular version actually added 5. Here, I can actually go ahead and show that right now. Let's go ahead and look. So if we go to upgrades, this is one of the things I waited a little bit longer to do this video to make sure that I had this coverage. Because this was new even from the previous beta. You see they actually added 5 new upgrades. All 5 of these are cookie upgrades, but I wanted to make sure that that was the case. I figured that out just by checking the image. I'm pretty sure they're all cookie upgrades. As far as achievements, we can go ahead and look at some of those. Let me just show quick here, sorry. There's one new achievement from the previous beta. It's actually an interesting one. I'll get to that in a little bit. They added 1 new achievement from the previous beta, but in total there's 35 new achievements. Here, let me copy my save for later. Okay. I think we can just close this now. Okay. So as far as the new upgrades you saw, or the new achievements, I think there's one for each. There's one for each building tier. There's now a cookie for getting. What is it? Is it 550 or 650 of each building? 550 of each building. Oh, 650 is a lot. You know, there's a bunch of new progression achievements, the standard stuff. There is a new. You've seen it here. Also, there's a new milk tier, which was also just added in this this version from the previous beta, the licorice milk. So we got that going on. So as far as achievements, there's, I think, 7 or 8. It looks like 8 stock market related achievements. I can show off getting a couple of them. Some of them are just for owning certain amounts of each stock. Like I think like 100 in each, and then so you see we just powered through a bunch of the achievements actually. So let me just go ahead and 100 of each stock, 500 of each stock, 1,000 of each stock. Oh, spend a day of CPS. You know, I actually haven't even gotten this one on my live save yet. Yeah, so there's spending a day and earning a day in one stock market purchase. So obviously for this one you want to buy high, and the other one you want to you want to sell high. So you know those can be a bit tricky to get unless you have your stuff leveled up enough, because that's a lot of money. But so the other one I think that I can't see. Oh, there's one other one. I think these are both stock market. I know that one of the stock market upgrades is reaching a certain. It's like a. It's some ridiculous amount of total profit. I think it's like $30 million total profit. Also, $1 here is 1 second of raw CPS. I didn't mention that. That was one thing that took me a bit to figure out. But as far as the new upgrade, this is a bit of a sneaky one. If you go to the info tab and you scroll all the way down, you'll notice this little cookie down here. You click that and then you get the olden days achievement. I'm not positive what this is in reference to. I don't know if maybe he like changed the sprite of this cookie, but then he left the old sprite in. I'm not sure. The Forgotten Madeleine. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Dashnet Farm members. I'm not positive what that's in reference to. I don't know if there's like if they like changed the sprite, or if they replaced the cookie, or if they replaced it with a different kind of cookie. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that's kind of one of the oddball achievements that might not be immediately obvious. So besides that, I think that's pretty much all the stuff here. Oh, actually, yeah. This is another thing added since the last beta. The milk selector is laid out more nicely. Before, they were kind of added. They were in the order that they were added. So you had all these, and then you started having some of these ones again. It looked kind of weird. Now the bonus milks are here at the bottom. For some reason, I don't remember soy milk being here. So you have those ones, and then you have the sequential, you know, like the standard unlock order milks up here. And he did some more balancing to the stock market between the last beta. Now he's been tweaking it a lot to try and get it at a point where it feels good. So I think that's mostly that. Let me go ahead and show off the heavenly upgrades now, which I believe are... Oh, that's right, one of them is here. Unlocks the ability to pet your dragon by clicking on it once it's hatched. I'll talk about that in a minute, actually. Let me just go to this one. Kitten upgrades are a bit cheaper. Kind of nice. You know, it's certainly not a crazy upgrade, but it's nice to have at least. Especially early on. And at this point, I could pretty much afford everything without too much trouble. At least I don't think he added a new kitten upgrade this update. So there's actually none. Usually the kitten upgrades make me work a little bit, but he hasn't added a new one in a while. So the dragon petting. Got the Smurf account achievement. Let me try and very quickly get to the point where I can show that off. Oh, right, this is vaulted. Let me go ahead and unvault that. Oh, I just lost the shimming veil. That's fine. Okay, so we got the dragon upgrade, or we got the dragon egg. Of course, we're gonna have to be able to hatch it and all that stuff. I think that there's 4 upgrades related to the dragon, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not gonna do too much of this ascension, of course, but I do just wanna... So let's go ahead and upgrade it a fair way. I think as you go through its growth stage, you unlock the ability for him to drop more of these, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, you can click on him and you pet him, and he's happy. And he gives you items. So, let's see, he dropped us a Dragon Fang. A Dragon Fang, which gives golden cookie gains, and it makes the dragon golden cookie effects stronger. And if your dragon is fully trained, also these upgrades are cheaper. As you can see, it's actually a little bit pricey. It's, what is it? 28 minutes worth, or 29 minutes worth of CPS, roughly. So yeah, it'll take a little while to get there. But if we keep baking him, I think he's got a couple things he can drop now. Let's see, has he dropped anything else? I missed it. No, okay. This is one spot where having an auto clicker kind of helps. But you kind of get the gist of it, though. He only drops them at certain upgrade stages, I think. But what he drops is random, as far as I can tell. They don't drop in the same order or anything. So now he's fully trained, which does mean that this upgrade will be much cheaper to buy. Where is it? Yeah, see, it's much cheaper now. Only like 2 minutes worth or so. Yeah, like I said, I think there's... Oh, actually, I think you have to buy the previous upgrade before it'll let you get it. So that would be what's preventing us from buying it right now. Either way, like I said, you get the picture. I'll show off the upgrades right now when I load in my beta save. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm also going to refresh because it gets a little bit funny sometimes when you try and load in saves. Okay, there we go. So this is my current save. I got a few stocks. I'm not going to look too much into that. Let me try and quickly show off the few things that I couldn't before. The dragon upgrades are down here. Let's see. So you have the dragon scale, which gives you plus 3% production multiplier. This one, 3% to clicks. The Fang, which I showed you, and 3% to random drops, which I always appreciate stuff like this because it makes the Easter egg hunt and stuff like that a little bit more tolerable early on. I think it helps with fortune cookies too. So those are certainly always nice to have. I think that's kind of it. as far as stuff that I wasn't able to show off, you see I'm pretty close to being able to get 550 of everything. But there's still quite a few things I'm in. Yeah, see, I haven't actually gotten that one. Let me see if I can. Let's see. No, that's not quite enough, I don't think. 72,000. I think it's 80,000 for the achievement. So I can't quite get that achievement yet. The one that I accidentally got on my live save. But that's fine. So really quick, let me check if there's any stocks worth getting. Sugar is not worth much. The nuts are looking okay. Alright, hold on. Sugar is pretty high, or salt actually is pretty high. I think I'm gonna sell here. I'm gonna sell salt. You see, I'm sitting okay on my profits. Yeah, I think you need to get this to about 32 million or something. It's a year's worth of CPS, I think, basically. I don't recall the exact value, but it's a lot, and that's gonna take me quite a while to work towards. Especially because, like I said, I don't play this game that actively, so I really only occasionally am able to spot good deals. Like here, recipes typically go for quite a lot, so if I ever find recipes at a good price, I always pick them up. Yeah, so I've been making steady progress on the stock market stuff, but like I said, it is going to take me a very long time to be able to really max that out. You'll notice I'm still missing quite a few upgrades. I think they're all cookies, honestly. No, here also, let me go ahead and get this one. Oop, the olden days. Yeah, I think all the upgrades I'm missing are actually. What was I saying? Sorry, I totally lost my train. They're all cookie upgrades, I believe. So they added quite a few. Oh, I've got the chocolate egg. Oh, that's one other small thing that they added. They added a final prism heart upgrade, or it is, sorry, the prism heart biscuits. They added on their heart biscuit upgrade. The final. So they added one more upgrade for the Valentine's Day, which I kind of wish it was more than just +2. But anyway, yeah, I think that just about covers everything. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed or if you have any questions. I always try to be pretty active in the comments. Check my Discord in the description. I have a Cookie Clicker channel where I also, me and a couple of the other people who play this game a lot, at least, I'm also there to answer questions and provide any feedback. I had someone recently asking about when to do your first ascension, which has changed multiple times throughout the game. How much for your first prestige type stuff. Check me out on Twitch also if you are so inclined. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I play a bunch of different stuff, doing some EVF5, I'm doing some Risk Rain 2. Yeah, thank you everyone very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you. Oh, actually, sorry, one more thing. He has said in his Tumblr that to expect one more update this year. Apparently he likes the one building a year plan, I guess, so it seems like we're going to be getting another building probably above JavaScript console sometime this year. I would expect it probably later, like October, November at the very latest, or at the very earliest, honestly. So yeah, hopefully within 3 or 4 months or so, I'll be coming back for another Cookie Clicker video. Maybe a couple if there's a couple betas and all that, but yeah, appreciate you all for always loving and supporting the Cookie Clicker content. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys later.